Good afternoon, guys. I've been working in the yard all day, like 7 hours, cleaning up from the storm last night. I just took the pups for a walk, and before I go in, I was going to walk around and make sure I had everything done. And look what I found. 3 little squash. One day at the end of the week, I'll get squash. And those will be ready. And I think the rain beat the blueberries off the vine. Y'all, it rained over 3 inches here last night in like an hour. Like, I've never seen such a flood. The okra is about to bloom. I've got 3 okra plants there. And I think my potatoes are dying from water, from having too much water. There's a tomato. And I have more squash over here blooming, but I don't think there's any squash on it yet. We must not have any pollinators over here. But all my other tomatoes back there are doing great. We got that big beefsteak tomato right there. We've got some more smaller ones here. And that's my mustard coming back up. My lettuce got beat up pretty good last night, y'all. This is my corn lettuce. It's kind of standing back up, but boy, it got beat up bad last night. That's my gold beets, my spinach, the cilantro, and y'all can see this wet, slushy, mushy ground is just terrible. But I had some more washout. I had to put out some more concrete. I had to put out 6 bags of concrete, and I've been washing my driveway off all day. I lost count at 6 wagon loads that I shoveled off my asphalt. But isn't that beautiful? Blue and lilac. Remember, I came by the other day and made a little video and was showing y'all, and we was wondering what color they were gonna be. And that's a lilac, and the bottom one is blue. So this one's got a lot of buds. Oh, y'all, I think I got an ant on my foot. Oh, goodness. So we'll see what color that. Now that was one branch, one piece like this cutting that I put out here at the beginning of last summer. And look how big those have gotten. I have 3 of them over here. Those are doing great. And everything down on the creek looks good. The creek almost got out of the bank last night. Came to the top of the land over there on that side. Came up, you can see where the sand washed up on the bank. I have another beefsteak tomato right here. And the daylilies are blooming today. This is the first day that daylilies have opened. But we got daylilies. I've got some debris over there I gotta clean up, but not today because it's going on about 7 o'clock. And I came out here at 11 o'clock and started washing this driveway off. And that's the little white hydrangea that I set out. It was a tiny, tiny piece. I have 2 of them. There's one over there. And y'all, those are growing like you wouldn't believe. And the mother one that I babied, she's blooming. So I'll come back in a few days and show y'all her blooms. It'll be the first time she's bloomed. I got that cutting from my son's backyard when he moved a few years ago. And I don't even know how many years ago it was. I would have to ask him. But I had to rake all that area that you see there in front of you. It was just had debris and rubble. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm too old for this. But y'all can see some of the sand here. It washed. My driveway was covered all the way down to that little tree. All the way across, all this was covered. All this was covered in about 3 or 4 inches of sand. All under my carport. And I had to replant these flowers and build that flower bed back up. And I'll walk back here and show y'all. I had some washout over in that flower bed too, but I'll have to work on that another day. My bones is tired, y'all. Part of my little dirt right here washed off. I had to put that back up this morning. Man, I was walking in about 4 or 5 inches of water back here last night. It was flooding back here. But look at this washout back here. This is on Felipe's land. And I put a lot of concrete deep, deep, deep in that this morning. That's where I started at 11 o'clock. And it's got another washout under my porch. Remember in my video, Seth fixed all that. We dug all those holes. So I sent Felipe a video of this and told him I didn't have any more money to buy any more concrete. I spent $50. I don't get paid for another week or so. I don't get my check. So I can't spend no more money on that. And that's on his land anyway. But I did it because it's washing my porch out again. And I told him, and y'all, would you believe he has not responded all day? And he drove by and saw me cleaning up his driveway and didn't even stop. Boy, now he's been acting up lately. I'm just going to tell y'all, I thought he was my good friend, but I believe he's changed his mind. I believe he's changed his mind. But anyway, I've been cleaning this. It's going on 7 o'clock. I stopped a little after 6, took the dogs for a walk, watered the chickens. And but you couldn't walk. I had to wash the mats in my truck where I come out this morning and got in my truck. Y'all, it was so much sand. I got sand all in my truck. And had to wash my mats. It was a mess here last night. Oh gosh, it was a mess. The sand washed from Felipe's rent house up there on the other side and covered all these stones. I had to come out here and uncover all these stones, all this sand washed from his land. Y'all can see where it's built up. Y'all can see how deep it is against that plastic. All that sand's washed under that fence down here. And we had some more washing back here. You can see the trenches where it washed trenches from the other side of the fence. And I made a video and sent it to him, and usually he'll come right over and start working on it and trying to fix it, and he hadn't even responded since 7:11 this morning. So if he wants to be that way, that's fine. I don't need friends like that. I don't need any friends. My friends don't come help me no way. I don't need no friends. I've decided I just don't need none. Life's easier without them. Okay, there's the baby chickens. They don't have to have the light. It's pretty warm here. I know it's still kind of dark back here. Y'all can't really see them, but maybe you can see a little bit. That's sand I put in those pans, and they roll around in that sand and take dirt baths. I put fresh sand in that earlier today, and they just got it tracked up now. But that's what they're looking like. The pens stayed dry last night. They were good. I came out here about 10:30 with a flashlight and checked on them to see if they were wet. If they were, I was gonna put them in the barn, and they were fine. They'll be on the ground in the other pen before long. They won't be able, as soon as they get big enough that they won't go through the fence over here at this pen, as soon as they can't get through that little fence, they'll go in that coop every night and sleep, and they'll run inside this little corral area. That's what this is for. And they'll run around in here And that way they can get acquainted with the big chickens for some weeks before we release them into the pen with the, well, I can't release them into the pen with the big ones till they can't go through the outside fence, but it usually works out fine. So another week or two maybe, and they'll be over in this other pen on the ground. But right now they get to play in the dirt in their little containers. So y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. Jesus loves you more. Don't forget to say your prayers, and we'll see y'all in the next video.